So here we have a fragrance called Leen. It is from a new-ish brand, actually founded by Moe, who is the same founder of Kajal. This one is called Eau de Moe, and this one is called Leen. This one has saffron, lemon, there's jasmine, rose, ambergris. So it's spicy, it's floral, maybe even perhaps a little bit aquatic or oceanic. I'm gonna give you my in-depth thoughts on this fragrance in just a little while, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts on Leen by Eau de Moe, I'll tell you all about this fragrance, the notes, the performance, the longevity, comparisons to other popular fragrances, so on and so forth. But before I begin, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. So, Eau de Moe. The fragrance is called Leen. It's a little spicy. There's rose, touch of vanilla. It seems to go in a few different directions despite the simplicity of the note breakdown. And of course, this one came out in 2022. So this one is already a couple years old, just about. And this fragrance seems to be on the more versatile side of things. If the lemon is bright enough, you can pull it off in the hotter weather. If the spices are strong enough, you can pull it off in the colder weather. And of course, with that floral duality in the heart, flowers always remind me of spring. So spring appropriate as well. But the vanilla might conjure up a certain coziness that might work well in the fall/autumn. We'll see in just a little while. I'm excited to talk to you about the smell. Let's start things off with a quick look at the presentation first. Now, right in the opening of this fragrance, you are going to get the brightness. And the brightness, of course, is emanating from the lemon. So it does open up very bright, very tangy, very zesty. And I personally really enjoy that. I think when it comes to fragrances really grabbing your attention and, you turn your head and you look in the person's direction, usually it's those top notes. Sometimes they're spicy, sometimes they're aromatic, most of the time they're citrusy. So we're talking about ingredients that have a very high volatility, a smaller molecular structure, thus, allowing them to evaporate at a much rapid rate. So here we're dealing with lemon and saffron, and it just opens up spicy but fresh at the same time. And you have that duality that is interesting, it's mysterious, but then it quickly transitions into this rose jasmine combination. Now, interestingly enough, I've smelled many fragrances with rose and saffron. You throw a little amber in the mix, you throw a little oud in the mix. I know a lot of these rose and saffron fragrances also have raspberry, right? If you think of fragrances like Ombre Nomade, I think it is, by Louis Vuitton, and there's just way too many to count. I've experienced that DNA before, and thank goodness that's not what I'm getting with Leen. This one actually opens up very fresh, and I admire and appreciate the freshness very much. Of course, you have that floral duality kind of dancing that tango in the heart, and I think it's a really nice balance of the jasmine and the rose. Perhaps a little bit more on the rose side of things, but it's not jammy. It's a little bit more on the clean, ethereal side of things. And even the vanilla that's residing in the base, it's not overly sweet. So I feel like all of the ingredients in this fragrance are used in just the right proportion, which is a wonderful thing. But at the same time, if somebody is seeking a gourmand perfume, you're not going to find it with this one. If you're seeking an overly citrusy fragrance, you're not going to find it with this one. If you're seeking an overly spicy expression of saffron, I know there's one from the brand Matière Première. That one has an overdose of saffron. I forget which one exactly, but this fragrance seems to just have a harmonious balance of everything, which is really wonderful. And I think that increases the versatility of the fragrance. I would love to be able to analyze a note breakdown and say, yep, this is by far the most concentrated note, where I can sort of create a hierarchy and rank it in terms of most to next to least. But I can't necessarily do that here because all of the ingredients have an even say in this composition. And I think that's something that probably took a good bit of time to manufacture. I don't think it's an overnight success where you create a fragrance and you say, yep, we're good to go. It smells wonderful. I think it took a bit of tweaking around. And, if I ever had the opportunity to sit down with the creative director again, or even the perfumer, in the case of this fragrance, I think all of that could be deduced. But nevertheless, Leen, wonderful. The ambergris though, it's not oceanic, it's not salty. A lot of times you enter these fragrances with the mindset of, you know, this is going to smell aquatic or oceanic. That's not the case here. Just a really nice balance of all of the ingredients. Very fresh, professional, versatile. Check it out if you can. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, really unique. I was expecting this one to maybe go in one direction or another, especially if they added oud into the mix. I figured it would have been pretty predictable, but that's not the case with this one at all. Longevity is a solid 8 hours on skin. Projection was fantastic for the first 45 minutes of application, but it actually did radiate beyond an arm's length. It became an elbow's length scent right around hour 6, a skin scent right around hour 8. Versatility, perfectly unisex, great for dressed up or dressed down. I would say it's great for every season except for the winter. Despite that 8-hour longevity, I do like the brightness of the lemon, the cleanliness of the florals, and the freshness of the ambergris. So a lot of these ingredients kind of convey a hotter weather feel, to me at least. Anybody of any age can wear this one. And in terms of the presentation, you know, it does have this sleeve, and it has like this book presentation with the outer flap and the silhouette of the bottle inside it. I think it looks very, very nice. Heavy bottle as well. My final verdict on this fragrance: professional, elegant, not mysterious, not sweet, but fresh, inviting. And yes, I can see this being a compliment getter type of a fragrance because of that intrigue and that allure that it conjures up. Leen by Eau de Moe. Try it out. I'm gonna leave the links down below. It's not a sponsored video. It's not an affiliate link either. I'm just trying to make it easy for my subscribers to discover this product in more detail. Thanks again for watching. I love you all. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned anything, or if you took anything of value at all, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, please, and also give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. Thanks again for watching. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.